Every Christmas, millions of families gather around their screens, and once again, the world's most iconic kid appears. Kevin McCallister, the brave, sassy, booby-trap-setting hero of Home Alone. But behind this unforgettable character was a real child. A child who became the most famous boy on the planet. A child who earned tens of millions, dominated Hollywood, and then disappeared almost overnight. This is the real story of Macaulay Culkin. How he rose, how he walked away, and how he lives now on his own terms. Welcome to the real story of Home Alone's Kevin. What happened to Macaulay Culkin? Before Macaulay Culkin became Kevin, he was simply Mac, a sweet, energetic kid from New York City. Born in 1980, raised in a cramped apartment with 6 siblings, and a father who had dreams of fame he never achieved. Macaulay didn't start in Hollywood. He started on tiny theater stages, doing local productions just to help keep the family afloat. But even then, something stood out. Casting directors called him magnetic, natural, and that kid with the spark. He wasn't just acting. He was the character. As the 80s ended, he stepped into films like Uncle Buck, where his comedic timing caught the attention of one man, a man who would change his life forever. Director John Hughes. John Hughes saw something in Macaulay, something rare. So rare that he wrote an entire movie specifically for him. That movie was Home Alone. Imagine this, a small-budget Christmas film starring a 10-year-old newcomer, released in 1990, with studio executives quietly predicting it would flop. Instead, it became a global earthquake. Home Alone made nearly $500 million. Kids quoted him. Parents adored him. He became a cultural phenomenon, the face of Christmas movies for generations. Suddenly, Macaulay Culkin wasn't just a child actor. He was the biggest movie star in the world. At age 11, he was hosting SNL, attending award shows, and earning more per movie than many adult A-listers. He was everywhere, every December, in every living room. But the world didn't know what was happening behind closed doors. Fame is intoxicating, but for a child, it can be overwhelming. On screen, Macaulay was confident and sassy. Off screen, he was drowning in pressure. His father, Kid Culkin, once a hopeful actor, was reportedly controlling, demanding, and desperate for power. Some say he pushed Macaulay hard. Others say he wanted control. Many believe he wanted the fame he never got. Macaulay was making millions, but as a child, he had no authority over it. During this time, he filmed hit after hit. My Girl, The Good Son, Richie Rich, and, of course, Home Alone 2. But success came with a price. Paparazzi followed him everywhere. Fans chased him. Producers pressured him. His life wasn't his own. And behind the scenes, a war was brewing between his mother and father. A war over custody and control of Macaulay's fortune. For the first time, people glimpsed the cracks in the perfect Hollywood fairy tale. By the time Macaulay was 14, he had already worked more than many adult actors do in a lifetime. He was exhausted, disillusioned, and hurt by the chaos surrounding him. During his parents' bitter custody battle, his earnings around $50 million became the center of the storm. But what shocked everyone? Macaulay didn't want the money. He didn't want the movies. He didn't want the fame. So he did something unthinkable. He quit. Completely. He told Hollywood no more, walked away, and went to a regular high school. No private tutors. No acting coaches. Just a normal life. For years, he stayed out of the spotlight. He didn't chase roles. He didn't attend events. He finally got to be a kid. But when you disappear from Hollywood, rumors fill the silence. The media painted Macaulay as troubled, lost, spiraling. Every blurry paparazzi photo became a tabloid headline. People whispered about him, but few knew the truth. The truth was simple. He wasn't lost. He was healing. He was traveling, reading, enjoying privacy, choosing friends, not fans, and experimenting with projects only when he felt like it. He appeared in indie movies, joined a comedy band, guested on quirky shows, launched the humor website Bunny Ears. He reinvented himself, not as a superstar, but as a human being with freedom. Today, Macaulay Culkin is nothing like the tragic child star gone wrong stereotype. He's peaceful, funny, sharp, and, finally, in control of his life. He's open about the past, the pressure, the burnout, the exploitation. But he's not bitter. He's chosen a calmer life, away from Hollywood chaos. He acts occasionally on his terms. He built a successful podcast and brand. He is in a loving relationship with actress Brenda Song. They have children together. He presents himself not as a celebrity, but as a guy who survived fame and came out smiling. In 2023, he even received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, standing proudly alongside the people who supported him. And as he gave his speech, you could see it in his face. He had finally found peace. So, what really happened to Macaulay Culkin? He grew up. He escaped a system that devours child stars. He built a new identity. And he chose happiness over fame. Every year, when Home Alone plays again, we see Kevin McCallister outsmarting two goofy burglars. But behind that iconic character is a story far more powerful. The story of a boy who conquered the world and then had the courage to walk away from it. This was the real story of Home Alone's Kevin. What happened to Macaulay Culkin? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know which celebrity story you want next. Until then, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, ya filthy animals.